The Spring Temple is thankfully located in the same place for everyone. It'll be to the left of Moonstone Island. Moonstone Island uses random island generation, so everyone's maps just all look different, except in the case of the Spring Temple. You can see on the map it is to the left of Moonstone Island, and it's got a couple of, levels to it. That is where you want to go. Before you go, make sure you go into your medallion, upgrade all of the spirits you want to bring with you, upgrade their cards, make sure that their health meter is full, all of that. I recommend taking Sheep with you, which you would have at this point if you had chosen it as your starter. By now you've likely also tamed at least one poison spirit. I recommend taking a poison spirit with you as well. I'm not bothering with that for this, just because I've run through the Spring Temple a million times on a million different save files by now, and I kind of just face roll through it. Presumably this would be your first time doing it, so take at least one poison spirit, take Sheep if you have him, and keep the levels of the spirits you're going to fight in the temple in mind. You're going to be going up against at least one level 5 spirit, I think at least 2 level 10s, and the final boss is level 15. I can usually do this at about level 10 for all of my spirits in each save file, but it is a lot easier if you just have spirits at that level. You need to turn in different items in order to access each level of the temple, so before flying over, make sure you grab those. You'll need at least one cattail, one stone fruit, one copper ingot, one iron ingot, a moonstone, and clay. So you need to have a spirit barn already. You get clay by placing an earth spirit in the spirit barn, and then overnight they produce clay for you. Everything else is found through forging the ingots, but you get the ore from scavenging. The plants, ore, and moonstone all can be found from scavenging. You can have those materials within your first day. When you get to the island, Magic Man will pop up. He'll give you a little bit of lore reveal. The lore in this game is actually pretty interesting, and the way they reveal it is even more interesting to me. I don't know if I've seen a video game do it the way they do it. I really like it. Anyway, Magic Man will reveal this is an ancient tree, and inside of it is a temple. Old humans used to go and worship, but over time humans forgot. The spirits inside are angry, and part of your job is to get the seal from inside the temple. At that point, you'll have to place the first 2 items, the cattail and stone fruit, in order to access the beginning stage of the temple. And a note before entering, make sure you have extra stone fruit or a full bar of stamina for the day. You'll go through a little over 200 stamina inside of this temple, so it's really important to have something immediately on hand to regenerate that, or you can just come back another day to finish the rest of the temple. Once you unlock the temple, the entrance will be permanently jarred open, and you'll get a pan over of the entire temple layout. It doesn't show you the spirits you'll be going up against all the way. You'll just be facing some Longlogs, which I have a really hard time saying, and a Wildwood. Now, a Longlog is a spirit that you would not have encountered up until this point. They don't generate out in the natural world until after you beat this temple. So you can just go ahead and tame this first one. Super easy. That gets you out of the battle, plus a new spirit for your collection. Your reward for beating the first level of this temple is the Alchemist's Wand. You'll use this to speed up plant growth. Basically, the way it works is that you'll use it like you would your watering can, but you would just hold down the button, and it takes 5 stamina for every growth tick. Since you're going to be using it throughout this temple to navigate the rest of the levels, you're about to lose about 200 stamina. At this point, you'll enter the next requirement to move on. You'll need to add the copper and iron ingots, and then the next phase will unlock. Now at this point, you use your new alchemist wand to grow this ladder plant, And once it's done growing, climb the plant to get to the next level. Now you have another Longlog, but this one has a skull, which means you can't tame it just to get rid of it. You'll have to fight your way through this. There really isn't anything too special about this fight. It's just the same as every other spirit battle you've had up until this point. Get the shield down to 0 and then go after their health. They are extremely susceptible to poison type spirits. I didn't feel like getting any poison spirits out of storage, so I don't have any with me, but poison spirits are the way to go for downing this temple really quickly. Once you win that fight, you'll move on to the final stage of the temple. First, there is some treasure to loot, and if you didn't know, you can take the chest as well. And then you'll place your clay and moonstone into the little offering. You'll use your alchemist wand again to grow the ladder plant. Now it's time for the final stage of this temple. This is where you're introduced to the Wildwood. This is a spirit that you are not able to tame. The only time it appears is for this fight, so it will throw your stats off. At the end of the night for the save file, it'll show that you've seen a spirit that you didn't tame. Don't worry about that if you're a taming completionist like I am. It's this Wildwood. Now the way this fight and most boss fights generally will work is that there will be 2 guard spirits along with the boss. You can't attack the boss or drop down its shield until the 2 spirits are dead, basically. So you'll have to focus on those 2 spirits until they are gone. Then once they are, burn through all the shield droppers and HP attackers for the Wildwood for that boss, because you get about 2 moves before it calls more guards. Usually they're called decoys. So because this boss is level 15, you do want to bring like level 15-ish spirits with you, just because it'll make it faster. Okay, sweet. So once that's done, you get a little cinematic clip, once again, of the temple showing the boss disappearing and then Magic Man appearing. That is the Earth Seal. Collecting it will summon Magic Man. Every temple has a seal that you'll collect. There's one for each season. You need all 4 for some in-game stuff, and I'll talk about that in another video. Basically, for this part, Magic Man kind of lays out some lore for that, but he doesn't go into a lot of detail. And you just made it through the Spring Temple in Moonstone Island, so congratulations. And now it's time to prepare for the Summer Temple, which requires some fishing. Alright, I hope this helped. Have a happy time zone. Stay tuned for the Summer Temple guide.